Welcome back, Renew Yoga friends. I am excited to be here for another video today. And I wanted to spend some time before I start the practice just on a reminder of checking yourself and your health before you start an exercise program. The exercises provided by Renew Christian Yoga are for educational and entertainment purposes only. Exercise is not without its risks, and this or any other exercise may result in injury. To reduce the risk of injury before beginning this exercise program, please consult your healthcare provider for guidance that is appropriate for you. Renew Christian Yoga disclaims any liability from and in connection with this program. As with any exercise program, if at any time during the practice you begin to feel faint or dizzy or have physical discomfort, you should stop immediately and consult a physician. Thank you. So begin to roll yourself down to your mat and we will get started for today. So roll down to your backs. Begin to just move hips and fingers and feet. Begin to relax and soften into the mat. Take a few cleansing breaths, inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Just sighing it out, honoring the fact that you are here today and present. Take a moment to set aside any thoughts that are begging for your attention during this time. Carefully set them off to the side of your mat. They will be there when you are done. Acknowledge them, honor them, and then set them aside. Find your breathing pattern for this resting period of breathing in through the nose and exhaling out just as evenly through the nose or mouth, settling in, finding calm and peace. In these days that we are in, this reading today from Jesus Calling spoke to me in terms of this moment of trust and faith that we are being called to. I am taking care of you. Trust me in all times. Trust me in all circumstances. Trust me with all of your heart. When you are weary and things are difficult, you can still utter these 4 words. I trust you, Jesus. I trust you. By doing so, you release matters into my control, and you fall back into the security of my everlasting arms. Search for me as for hidden treasure. I love that. Search for me with anticipation and expectation, yeah? That's what we are reaching for as we grow in our faith. And God reminds us that if you search for me, I will be found by you. I chose Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not onto your own understanding. We so much want to do this during this time of uncertainty, of fear, of stress, but God calms us and reminds us just to lean into him. Let his arms take the load. So breathe that in for a moment. Just take it into your heart center. Let it comfort you. And when you're ready, begin to reach toward the back of the room, extending the arms, palms are open, fingers are spread. Maybe you go to a wide cross if that feels more comfortable for your shoulders. Take some breaths. Maybe pointing the toes, getting length, creating space. Interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms back, drawing the toes up, flexing the feet, spreading the toes. And release that. Let the hands come down to the hips, let the legs go. Walk the feet up, bend the knees. Draw the knees into the chest, finding loose hold here. Rocking side to side, massaging the low back. Maybe circling the knees. Finding breath in the movement. Taking the right knee into the chest. Extending the left leg up toward the ceiling. Extending out through the heel, maybe circling the foot and the ankle. Changing directions. And then extending long. Take a big inhale, and as you begin to exhale, exhale the leg down, engaging the core, navel to spine. Taking your time. And once you reach the mat, extending out even a little more through that inner heel, and then right knee comes in a little closer to the chest. Release the knee a little bit. Gently take the right knee across to the left, stacking the hips on top of each other. Right arm reaches out. We're just warming up, so be cautious of the low back. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. You can use a block for your foot. Breath into the low back. Gently return back to center, drawing the other knee back in. And left knee to the chest, right leg goes up, extending up through the heel. Right hip reaching down for the mat. Maybe circling the foot. Taking that big inhale, exhaling, releasing the legs slowly down to the mat. Engaging the low back and the core. Extending long from the mat. Right heel reaching, left knee hugging in. Soften the knee a little bit. Gently take it across to the right. Left arm reaching, left shoulder reaching. Find the breath. gently back to center. Both knees in, loose hold, hands behind the knees. And find your rock and roll 3 times to seated position. Finding that length as you come up. Finding your cross-legged position, right leg in front. Maybe you sit on a block today. And then we're taking the hands, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms out, opening the thumbs today, softening the shoulders down away from the ears, relaxing the face and the jaw. This might be enough of a stretch for you. If you want to go a little further, we're dropping the chin in, finding a little bit of a cat back, reaching the hands forward. Back to center, long spine. Inhaling, hands go up a little bit of a cow maybe. It's different in this position, not quite as accessible. And releasing the hands, looking over the left shoulder. Take that gentle turn. Finding it back to center. Hands go out in front. Opening the thumbs. Finding your cat back, dropping it back. Rising to center, hands go up, inhaling. I just love knowing that you are doing this with me. And releasing the hands, looking over the right shoulder, taking gentle turn with the head and the neck. And bringing it back to center. Move yourself into child's pose, knees together or knees apart. Reaching the hands out, maybe using a block. Maybe hands reach for the heels. Let the belly go, just soften here. Find your breath again. Find your intention of allowing God to support you today. Developing deeper trust in this place that we're in. And when you're ready, begin to walk the hands up, finding your table. Shoulders are over the wrists, fingers are spread, hips are over the knees. Right hand reaches up, left hand plants. And then thread the needle, take that right hand underneath the left armpit. Weight is on the shoulder. So maybe you stay here with the left hand planted. Maybe left hand reaches up. Maybe you take the bind, reaching for the right thigh or hip. Exhale, bring it back to table. And drawing the navel in toward the spine, maybe a little bit of a lengthening in the low back here. You might stay here, or maybe the knees and the shins can begin to come off the mat as you breathe. Exhale, bring it down. Reach the hands out for extended child's pose. Hips are up. Release that, walk it back to your table. Right hand plants, left hand goes up, Left foot extends long. So you're planting that left foot. This is a beautiful opening right here. But maybe you can lift the foot so it's hovering off the mat. You can open the chest a little bit. Take the gaze up or to the wall. Or maybe we can even begin to reach for the foot. Pressing the foot into the hand. So nice. Chest opening. Release that wherever you're at. Bring it back to your table. Finding cat-cow, so dropping the belly down, face comes up for cow, softening. Exhaling, spine comes up, chin drops in. Back to center for cow. One more time for cat. Beautiful, bringing it back to center. Left hand plants, right hand goes up. Take that left hand, scoop it under the right. So maybe you stay here, maybe right hand reaches. Strong and steady breath. Bring it back to your table. Engage the core. Maybe the knees and the shins come off. And release the knees down, walk the hands out, extended child. Walk it back to table. Left hand plants, right foot steps long, right hand goes up. Maybe the foot lifts. Maybe you reach for the hand. Maybe you catch the hand. Release it. Finding your table. 2 rounds of cat-cow. Dropping the belly, face comes up. Finding your own rhythm. Bringing it back to your neutral spine, tucking the toes under, finding our first downward facing dog for today, finding warm up first. So walking, feet in, hips reaching up and back, right heel drops, left knee bends. Switching sides, opposite heel drops, right knee bends. And just begin to pedal it out, side to side. Finding your full downward facing dog. Checking the head, the neck. And when you're ready, looking to the hands, walk or jump the feet to the hands, finding your forward fold. So knees are bent, long spine, chest is reaching for the thighs, hands go for the elbows. Maybe you take the hips side to side. And then find your center, reaching crown of the head for the mat. Moving with the breath. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Halfway lift, hands to the shins or the thighs. Maybe hands come out to a wide cross. Inhaling that up. Exhaling back to your fold. Long spine, knees a little bit bent. Rise all the way up to standing. Inhaling, hands up. Beautiful. Exhaling down. We're going to take the hands up, hands to the elbows, really finding our foundation in our feet, reaching the elbows up, softening the shoulders down. Weight goes into the left foot as we're going to be opening the left side body, moving to the right. We're looking to the left. As you're holding, you're breathing. Let's inhale back up to center, getting length again first. Looking the other direction, shifting the weight, heading to the left. And rising back up. Let's open the hands up. Let's just take palms open here for a moment. Just receive what we're creating today in our hearts, in our bodies, in our minds. Maybe you can open the chest a little bit. Maybe even the head comes back just a touch. And back to center. Let's take a long spine here, swan dive down, folding, hinging at the hips. Find your fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, back to your fold. Step it back to your plank, knees up or down. Take 3 full breaths here. Dropping the knees down if they're not already there, leaving the hips up, feet come toward the head, chest opens just a little bit. Release the legs, come back to center, bring it down to the belly. Inhale, little cobra, elbows close to the side body. Exhale it down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Moving right back into downward facing dog. Let's repeat that whole sequence again. Walking or jumping the feet to the hands, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale down. Rising up, long spine. Hands to the elbows. Going to the right, looking to the left. Inhaling up. Finding length. Opposite side. Beautiful. Let's bring it right back to center. Opening, maybe the chest can open. Back to center position. Swan dive down, fold it down. Halfway lift. Exhaling, step it back to your plank, 3 full breaths, knees up or down. Drop the knees down, feet come toward the head, chest opens, inhaling. Back to neutral spine. Exhale to the belly. Cobra, inhaling up. One more, inhaling. Exhaling. So nice. Work your way right back into downward facing dog. Walk it out if you need to. Right leg plants, left leg goes up, three-legged dog. Take 3 full breaths here. Take that left knee toward the chest. Hover for a moment. Shoulders are over the wrists. Stepping through, find your runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down, low lunge. Catch your breath. Good. And we are going to take left hand is reaching for the right wrist. So we're going to get length here. And then heading over to the left, opening the side body. Take the breath right into the ribs. Bring it back to center. Exhale, hands come down, half split. So toes reach for the head, maybe bend in that left leg. Left hand plants, right hand goes up. Exhale, bring it down. Take the left hand inside of the left foot, walk the left foot out, grab your blocks if you want them for lizard. So options here just to stay in this beautiful stretch. Maybe you can hinge down and drop the forearms onto your block or onto your mat. Maybe you can want to lift that back knee up. You decide where you want to be. Release that, drop the knee down if you have it up, set your blocks aside, finding plank position, however you get there from here. Step it back, knees up or down, 3 full breaths. And bending the knees, walk the feet in, finding downward facing dog. Looking to the hands, walk or jump the feet to the hands, forward fold. Inhaling up, halfway lift. Exhaling down. Rise all the way up to standing. Little back bend at the top if you want that. Bring it back to center, swan dive down. Beautiful, bring your blocks in. Finding standing split, right foot plants. Left leg goes up. Take 3 full breaths here. Shifting the weight into the right hand. So if you have your blocks, beautiful. We're opening the bellies toward the wall. We're really extending and engaging that lifted foot, flexing. Moving into a half moon position here. So maybe you can play with the left hand coming off your block. Maybe it comes to your waist. Maybe it can reach up toward the ceiling. And maybe your gaze stays down or you take it to the wall. Maybe it can go to the hand. Nice. Let's take your hands back down to our blocks. Bring it back to a low standing split. Take your back toes to the mat. Take your blocks away. Find your position as you move into crescent. Hands rise up. So good. Here we are again. And then left hand reaches out in front, right hand reaches back. Windmill your hands down, find your plank, and find your vinyasa here. So in your plank position, leaning forward, bottom of your push-up, up dog, maybe sphinx, maybe cobra, and then finding downward facing dog. Beautiful. Catch your breath. Take a break anytime that you need to as we get into this other side. So left foot plants, right leg goes up. Three-legged dog. Find those 3 deep breaths. And then right knee comes toward the chest, hovering. Stepping through runner's lunge, drop the back knee down, low lunge. Right hand reaches for the left wrist, getting length. This might be your position right here. This is a nice stretch. Otherwise, we begin to take it over to the right. Bring it back to center. Exhale, hands come down, half split. Toes come toward the head. Right hand plants, left hand goes up. Exhaling it down, bending the front knee, right hand steps inside, right foot goes to the edge of the mat. Finding lizard. Find your variation that's comfortable for you. Getting comfortable in the uncomfortable. Trusting when it's difficult. Begin to unwind that. Walk the hands up, set your blocks aside, step it back, finding your plank, knees up or down, 3 big breaths. Beautiful. Walk the feet in, find your downward facing dog. Looking to the hands, walk or jump the feet to the hands, forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold it down. Rise up. Little back bend. Back to neutral position, swan dive down. Beautiful. Bring the blocks in. Left foot plant, standing split, 3 big breaths. Shifting the weight into the left hand, into the left block. Opening the belly. So starting with half moon here, finding stability. Maybe releasing the hand. And then releasing that hand back down to the block. Square off the hips, drop the leg a little bit, and then take the back toes to the mat, finding crescent. So taking the blocks away, shifting the weight so the knee is over the ankle, rise up. So awesome, yeah. Let's take that hand out. Right hand goes out, left hand goes back. Exhaling down, hand comes to the mat, windmill them down, step it back. Find your plank, moving into vinyasa, maybe moving into child's pose if you need a break. Upward facing dog. Push up or no push up, downward facing dog. Dropping to the knees. Let's just find child's for a moment. Find full breaths in child's. Walking the hands to the right, letting the hips go to the left. And then walking to the other side. And back to center. Returning to that intention of Jesus, we just trust you today. Right here, right now, on this mat. Returning to downward facing dog when you're ready. Maybe walking it out, releasing, and then settling in. And right leg plants, left leg goes up, three-legged dog. Take a breath here. Left knee comes in, hovering, and then stepping through, finding your runner's lunge. Rotate your back foot to flat position for warrior one position. So hands rise up. Right hip, draw it back to center if it tends to open. Adjust your position. Maybe you want it a little wider for your hips. And then exhale, take the hands behind, interlace the hands. You can have them on the low back or you can reach them down the back leg, opening the chest just a little bit. Bring yourself back to neutral spine. Exhale, chest goes to the thigh. Hands can reach for the front of the room or they can go to the low back. Humble warrior. So much of life is about humbleness. Rise back up, warrior one. We're gonna release the hands and move into warrior three. So hop the back foot up, start to put the weight into your front foot, prayer hands in front. But your variation for warrior three can be airplane arms. You can reach to the front of the room, which is the most challenging. But find your foundation first. Maybe that supporting leg is a little bent as you hinge at the hips and that back foot begins to come off the mat, flexing, toes are pointed down. Breathing as you're holding. And when you're ready, step that back foot down, find warrior two, open the chest to the wall. Back foot is parallel, the edge of the outside edge of the foot is parallel with the back of your mat. And then we're looking over the front hand. Palms open, palms down. And then reaching forward just a little bit, reverse your warrior. Back hand slides down the back leg, opening the ribs on the left side. Breathing in the reverse. And bring it back to warrior two. If you lost that front knee, reposition. And windmill the hands down. Step it back. Find your vinyasa or child's pose. You decide if you need the break. Meet me in downward facing dog. Left leg plants, right leg goes up. Three-legged dog. Knee goes toward the chest, shoulders over the wrists. Stepping through, runner's lunge. Warrior one legs. Rise up when you're ready. Left hip drop forward. Building some heat, yes. Exhale, hands come behind. Interlace the hands, low back or down the back leg. Open the chest. Calm the heart. Back to neutral spine. Humble warrior, chest goes toward the thigh. Hands reaching. Rise up. Release the hands, hop the back foot up, finding position for warrior three. So finding your foundation, shifting the weight onto the right foot. Left foot begins to come off as we hinge forward. When you feel you need or you're ready to step back into warrior two, take that movement for yourself. Meet me in warrior two. Reaching forward, reversing. And find warrior two. Windmill the hands down, step it back to your plank, find child's pose. Take that little break. We're gonna be moving into dolphin. So just catch your breath, grab a drink if you need that. When you're ready, let's come to table and moving to the forearms for dolphin. Shoulders are over the elbows. We begin to walk the thighs toward the chest. Hips rise and draw the heels down. So we're not dumping into the shoulders, we're lifting the core up. Release that, walk the feet out into your forearm plank. Adjust as you need to, shoulders are over the elbows. So you can stay here, knees up or down. If you want a little more from this, you can tap the feet left and right. So taking the right foot off the mat to the left and bringing it back. Tapping to the other side. Going at your own pace, maybe you're shaking like I am. Building strength, yes? Beautiful, let's drop the knees down. Let's come all the way to the belly, hands to the hips, shoulders soften toward the mat. Catch your breath. Such a nice job. Calming again, resting, taking in what you're creating. We're going to move into cat-cow from the belly. This might be a little different for some of you. So we're bringing the elbows under the shoulders. Palms are down or wherever they're comfortable for you. We're getting a long spine here, soft shoulders, pressing the tops of the feet and the pelvis into the mat. So this might be enough for you. but we're drawing the chin in toward the chest, and we're beginning to find a cat back. So this might be the movement for you right here with the upper back, but maybe as you draw navel to spine, hips and thighs can come off the mat. Make sure you're breathing. And exhale, bring it back down to the belly. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, find length here. Maybe the face can come up a little bit for cow. And one more time, finding neutral position, beginning to drop the chin in. Exhale, bring the belly down. Inhale for cow. Beautiful. Let's release that. Hands come down, maybe turning the head the opposite direction. And working our way back up, elbows under the shoulders. Take the feet out to the outside edges of your mat. Long spine, soft shoulders and face. Taking the head to the right, looking over the right shoulder for the foot. Maybe you can see the foot, maybe not today. And if it's available, maybe the right foot can lift and hover. And bring it back to center. Exhale, just soften down a little bit. And then grow it back up again. Long spine, soft shoulders, soft face. And looking over the left shoulder. Maybe foot hovering. And bring it back to your center. Exhale it down. Belly to the floor. Hands come in toward the ribs. Let's take it back to bear. Downward facing dog with bent knees. Long spine. Take a couple breaths there. And then walking the feet to the hands, just carefully walk them up, finding an easy forward fold. Maybe things are beginning to open a little easier at this part of the practice. And then bending the knees, palms are forward, chin is in, just roll up to standing mountain. Just take it slow. So nice. Let's just inhale it up. One more time, taking the feet to the edge of the mat, inhaling the hands up, preparing for yogi squat. So if you have knee issues, as we begin to sit this down, you might not go as deep. This might be yogi squat for you today. Otherwise, you can use your blocks to stack, so that if you want to sit on your blocks, you can do that. Otherwise, we're gonna begin to sit down. Knees are going the same direction as the feet. Elbows go inside the knees, long spine, soft shoulders. Elbows are pressing into the knees. Knees are pressing into the elbows, and we soften. So maybe you just want to move the hips a little bit here to notice how that feels today. Hope is never lost. I love that song. We have to hold on and not let go. Right hand's reaching, left hand goes up. And bring it back to your center. Find that long spine again. Crown of the head reaching for the ceiling, softening the shoulders. And opposite hand reaches. Right hand lifts. We are gonna be okay. Let's bring it back to center. And exhale, let's release it down to seated position. Taking the knees, bending the knees, planting the feet on the edge of your mat. Let's just take the knees side to side. And then finding that neutral position. We're moving into reverse table. You have the option, you can always use your blocks for reverse table if that feels better on your shoulders. Otherwise, fingertips are pointed toward the front of the room. Shoulders are over the wrists, long spine here. And then hips come up. So if you have shoulder issues, you may not go all the way up to a full table. Use discernment there. But we're reaching the hip bones toward the ceiling. Head is neutral, it's not way back. So just take a moment here. Breathing. And exhale. Let's bring it down. One more time. Last time, exhaling down, releasing, sitting up tall, wrapping the arms around the knees, finding your long spine, dropping the chin in. And then reaching the legs out, finding our final resting position tonight. You guys will be so glad that I did not have time for boat pose today. So reaching the hands out, rolling the spine down, one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. We have a little bit more time to open the hips here. So moving into supine pigeon, right ankle goes on to the left thigh. Maybe the right hand opens the knee just a little bit. And release that, deciding what position you want the hands to be in for supine pigeon. Hands can go on to the shin, or you can reach through that hole that your bent leg creates and reach to the other side for the left shin or behind the left knee. And we like to roll to the side where it's a little easier for us. So maybe just take a moment to kind of rock a little bit. Draw the right hip back down to center. Draw the left knee in. Engage the right foot and relax the left leg. Take the breath where there's tightness, where you want to release. And begin to release it. Take the feet down to the mat. Knees are bent. Walk the feet out to the edge of your mat and take the knees to the left. This might be just the position you want to stay in. Or maybe the left ankle can go on to the left thigh. onto the right thigh. If you want that extra stretch and weight, begin to release that by taking the left knee up first and let the right follow. Bring the feet back down to the mat, knees are bent. And then finding the opposite side, right ankle onto the left knee. Did we do the other side? Whatever side you haven't done. So opening up the left knee. And then releasing that, finding your position for pigeon, finding your center. Relaxing the right leg, gauging the left foot. So nice. And release that. Take the feet to the edge of the mat. Knees are bent. And take them across to the right. Finding that stretch. Maybe the right ankle goes to the left thigh above the knee. Some big cleansing breaths here. Release the right knee and then let the left knee follow. Taking the knees gently into the chest in that loose hold. Knees come toward the armpits. And then release one leg at a time for your final resting position. Grabbing any blanket or jacket that you might need to stay still during this last part of your practice, the most important part of your practice. Well done. I'm always so honored to just be part of your growth and your journey and your bravery in showing up for your practice in your life. I think God just asks us to show up in the moments that are offered to us in this journey that we're on. So thank you. I encourage you to stay in resting for as long as you can or you're able to. And let your body just honor what you created today. Taking you back to where we started. Intention of letting go. So much of this life is about releasing our desire to control. Jesus' calling reminds us, I am taking care of you, says our God. Trust me at all times. Trust me in all circumstances. Trust me with all of your heart. When you are weary and things are difficult, you can still utter those words, I trust you, Jesus. Even sometimes if we're not sure that we can do that, just stating that is empowering. By doing so, you release your matters in your life into my control. Search for me as if for hidden treasures, and I will be found by you. Amen. Love to you all. Thank you so much. Caught up in
Jesus, you don't owe me anything more than anything that you can do. I just want you. I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sang another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never wanna leave. Oh, I'm not here for blessing. Jesus, you don't owe me anything, and more than anything that you can do. I just want you. Oh, I just want you, and nothing else, and nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you, and nothing else, and nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you, and nothing else, and nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you, and nothing else, and nothing else, Jesus, nothing else will do. I just want you, and nothing else, nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you, nothing else, nothing else, Jesus, nothing else will do. Coming back to where we started. Coming back to where we started. When I first felt your love. You're all that matters, Jesus. You're all that matters. Coming back to what really matters. Just your heart. Just wanna bless your heart, Jesus. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this whole moment. Never wanna leave. And oh, I'm not here for blessing. Jesus.